Hello and welcome back on day 6. Today the topic of the day is going to be fog. We're going to talk about different type of fog we can find. And we're going to fly VFR with no GPS. We're just going to use a map and where we have a heading and distance on it. And we're going to take off from Toluca to Carmen. It's going to be a nice VFR day. And let's start with the intro.
519, wind 220, ducting 19, clear takeoff, runway 24 right. Clear takeoff 24 right, quarter 519. Flag signal 1 2 here, identify
Okay, so the plan is we're going to take off from runway 15 with the active runway. We are not going to use any GPS, any tracking anyway. We're just going to use a track and heading. What we're going to do is we're going to take off, turn left, and we have a lake not far from the airport, and we're going to use that as a reference for beginning of our navigation. So we're going to position ourselves to the left side of the lake, and from there we're going directly to our first town. Here I put in a waypoint, and the track is going to be 127, and we have mountain a little bit around and stuff, so we're going to use everything we can to figure out where we are and correct from our heading. Toluca traffic, this is Victor Alpha Whiskey, lineup runway 15 is going to be a southbound, southeastbound departure VFR. Toluca traffic, this is Victor Alpha traffic just off runway 15, climbing southeastbound VFR. So here I'm coming up slowly on the left side of the lake, and I'm going to be able to start my navigation. So my first heading is 127. What's the wind doing? Almost calm. So here I'm still looking a little bit at the town. I can see some town here on my right hand side, and but also what I can see is the airport, Mariano Matamoros Airport, and as I can see right on final of this runway. and I'm outside the Class D airspace, so I'm fine. But now I know I'm exactly over there. So a little bit later we're going to talk about fogs, and you will see why a little bit later. In meantime, put in the comments below the type of fog you know, and if you know the name of the type of fog we can find. And a little bit later we're going to talk about that, and if you don't know different type of fog, it's not a problem, stay along and I'm going to explain all of that later. Meantime, put a like and a subscribe button. So yeah, I'm getting close to my first waypoint, and my next track is going to be 99 degrees. So outside I can see a lake here, almost in front of me, and
way too north,
that is most likely going to be this lake. So that might indicate
too
north,
too much to the left
track. Will kind of makes sense, because I know I was already a little bit north. So that means I need to correct my track. I need to correct my heading and turn south, turn right to head back.
See, with a proper map, I will know where I am. So anyway, big city up north, the road going down here, so I'm just passing this point here. And I'm a little bit on the south side, so I should be here. So I should maintain this heading. So that, okay, so I should be right here. Back on track slowly.
So as we can see on the mountain ahead of us, some cloud gets stuck to the top. So it's two options. Either we can keep going straight and try to find our path through the cloud, and I'm sure I can find something. However, I'm going to break the road about and clear of the cloud, 500 feet and 1 nautical miles of the cloud. Or we can turn a little bit left, and we have a valley on the left. And it's going to make us a little detour, and on the other side hopefully head back to our track. See, get a little bit closer, see what's going to happen, and decide. So I think what I'm going to do is just I'm just going to turn left and just keep it easy. Go down the valley. It's probably going to have more stuff to see anyway, and we'll see after. So right now I'm flying and following this valley, and so I'm gonna have to turn right to head back on my track, and here we have a big lake, so that's going to be a good reference point to head back into our track. Santa Cruz traffic, this is Victor Alpha Whiskey VFR descending through 13.5. I'm going to pass over Orizaba and I am eastbound. So yeah, I think I'm going back up here. There's no point to stay down below anymore, and just we're going to see a little bit better if we go higher. Okay, our next waypoint is going to be south of Kosama Loapan town. It's going to be over the river, and we have also two roads passing by, and I can see a little island as well just below. So yeah, I'm getting closer to my waypoint. I can see the lake on my left hand side. I can see the river coming up from my right to left. And wow, actually I'm spot on. I'm right on my track. It's pretty cool. So I'm looking here, so next waypoint is a town again, and we have some power line on our right hand side, so that's going to be a good reference I can follow. But what we have here is a lake, I don't know if you're a little bit like Cowhead Lake, and so we pass just right over, so that's going to be a good reference to see if we're right on track or not. So right under me I can see a highway, and I also have some little lake here, so that means I'm still right on track.
So I have this lake here, it's coming up on my left, so I should have a town, oh that right there, the town is right there. next heading is 93.
The visibility seems to go lower as we're getting closer to the shoreline. I guess we have some fog. Early on, I was asking you guys if you knew the type of fog, and now I am asking you what type of fog this one is. Put in a comment below if you think you know what this is. I am sure right now most of you are asking, fog is fog, how can we have a different type of fog? What is fog to begin with? If you take a given volume of air at a given temperature, it can absorb so much moisture. When the moisture limit is reached, extra humidity will make the water gas in the air to collide with each other, creating very small droplet of water now you can see. More you add moisture to this air, more the saturation will increase, more the fog will grow, and the visibility will reduce. The question is how the humidity can grow. Well, we know at a given temperature an air mass can take so much moisture. If you increase the temperature, the air mass will be able to take more moisture, because for a given volume of air, you will have X amount of air molecule. If you increase the temperature, the volume of the air will grow, but the amount of air molecule will remain the same. So you can add more moisture in the air without reaching saturation. But on the other side, if you cool down the air mass, the volume will be smaller and the air molecule will be closer to each other because it remains the same amount. So the saturation becomes higher. By the way, when you listen to the 80s, just after the temperature, you have another number, the dew point. The dew point is the temperature at which the air will be saturated if you cool down the air mass. That means if you have 12 degrees Celsius and the dew point is at 12 degrees Celsius, you can have fog. So how the fog is being created? Well, you need an air mass, you need moisture like a lake or an ocean or a big forest. And you need to reduce the temperature of the air mass. And now you have fog. The desert ground absorbs quicker the energy to compare with water. Water releases energy slower to compare with the ground. A constant airflow is always going from cold to warm. During the day, the ocean is colder to compare with the land. So the air is going from the water towards the land. At night, the opposite happens because the land cools faster than water. So here we have a radiation fog. What happened? We had a clear night where the ground cooled and the air around it cooled by the cold air coming from the higher level to its saturation point. The sun is getting up, but we are still in the morning and the ground did not have time to warm up yet, and the light ground breeze maintains this fog. In a few hours or minutes, the ground will be able to absorb the heat from the sun and the fog will disappear. The second type of fog is the advection fog. This type of fog is created by the displacement of a warm air mass over a cold land or water mass. In total, we have about 6 types of fog. Steam fog is a cold air mass going over warm water in the Arctic. Upslope fog, moving the air mass at a higher altitude, cooling the air mass to its dew point. Frontal fog and the ice fog.
There you go, now it's going to be easy peasy, just following the shoreline. Okay, let's go have some fun, and it's too nice to fly that high. From ground to 15,000. because you cannot fly over there. So when I reach town over there, I have to fly in this little corridor, and I will see after. Okay, and drop the speed here, and I will descend.
Landing gear.
Yeah, shit. Let's do a descent. So I will have a control tower around. You won't let them know what you're doing because the guy is going to believe you're literally crashing. I know that because I done a mistake before. I don't see any control zone, so I wonder like what's the regulation of flying around something like that. Do I break the law? Because if I have an engine failure, I'm not in a landing distance from the shore. Flame going out. Awesome. So when I reach a town over there, I have to go inland. Okay, I'm on my track again. Flying right over there, so I can stay better on the inside. So coming up here, we are. So what I'm seeing is this one. So there's a town. Well, I have to be more that way, I guess. We're getting a bit too close to the control zone. Look at the town here. Yeah, definitively I want a little bit inside without realizing. Oopsie. So I see the lake over there. If I head for the center, I should be good to go. Carmen International Airport. This is Victor Alpha Whiskey inbound from the west southwest. Planning to land runway 13 in about 5 minutes or more for Victor Alpha Whiskey, 3,500. Of course, fog just over the airport. Carmen Airport, Victor Alpha Whiskey approaching the right hand based for runway 13. I lose a little bit situational awareness here with this fog. Well, I'm trying to do like go directly to final, but the procedure, like, because I don't see crap. Actually, I think this is the runway. It does look like an airport to me. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Carmen Airport, Victor Alpha Whiskey on final 13. Yeah, the gears, the lights, one more flight. We are a little bit tall to be at the end of the runway.
It is time to talk about day 7. So day 7 we're going to take off from Carmen, where we are right now, and we're going to fly all the way to Chichen Itza, where is the Maya pyramids over there, and we're going to see some very, very old stuff. Anyway, I'm hoping. And we're going to go to the Tikal National Park after that. We're going to go back down. And not very far from that, we're going to end up our trip to Flores Mundos Maya. That is going to be day 7. It's going to have hopefully some interesting stuff to see. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Help other people to notice this video.
Yeah, Victor Alpha Whiskey, Carmen, off the runway on Alpha, taxi to General Aviation Park.